Yolanda, you help a lot of corporate professionals build their personal brand. Could you tell me what's the average corporate professional's perspective on what personal branding is?
It's kind of interesting because, over the years that I've been doing this, what I realized is that a lot of people don't even know what a personal brand is. And, when you do go and ask them, for those that do, it's typically the reputation or the image that you have. But I think one of the biggest, most common mistakes we have around personal branding is not knowing that it pertains to you. So it's an education process as well as, a actual implementation process.
That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
What's your definition of a personal brand then?
So for me, the definition of a personal brand really is how others have a relationship with you. It's how they perceive you, how they engage and interact with you and connect with you. Simply put, it's what they say about you when you leave the room. I mean, if, you leave the room and they're gossiping, is it positive or is it negative? Hopefully it's positive, right? And so really it's the ability for you to put out there to the public how you want to be perceived. You tell your story, because if you don't tell your story, somebody else will. And that's very risky, because then they're putting the narrative out versus you being the driver of your own destiny.
So I'm a corporate professional. I'm coming to you. I want to get a career advancement. I want to, get a promotion. How do you help me do that by, building my personal brand? What is the action steps that we would take to, start building that brand?
Well, typically what I do is I have a conversation with you just to really understand where you are today, what you've done that is not working, right? And really understand how motivated you are. I can assess motivation by just talking with someone. I work with people that are clearly ready to move and ready to take action to do it, because that's the key. It's work. If it was that easy, everybody would have a big personal brand and we'd all be in each other's ways, right? But people rise to the top. They stand out over other people because they do activities that are intentional and strategic. So once I've identified where it is and what you want to do, we just make a determination if I'm a right fit for you. But then from there, it's about putting in strategies. It's engaging in transformational activities and exercises. It's really building that brand statement, if you will, so that you can be able to share it with the world, your $1 million minute, as I call it. When someone asks you, who are you? Adam, who are you? What do you do? You're not stuttering. You're not grasping for words. You can articulate that. And it will be something that can create interest, be memorable, have some relevancy to the individual that you're speaking to. And so, then once we get through that phase where we have developed the core story, if you will, then we activate on that and make sure that the story's going out, creating a positive digital footprint, making sure that you're making the appropriate connections, and then putting in some serious goals and action steps then to get you to the results and outcomes you want to achieve. So it's a process, but it's one that you got to start initially, dig deep with yourself and say, who am I? And am I bringing my whole self to the table and showing up the way I do? And the reason I focus on that is because if you are authentic and bringing your true self to what you do, you'll have greater satisfaction and increased performance, and that's important.